Hello, everyone. This is Jesse again talking about the Life and Revelations of Anne Catherine Emmerich. You see on the screen the two-volume set of her Revelations, which you can obtain easily at the bookstores, Amazon.com or Books and Maine, or any of the number of other sources, including Tam Books itself. As you can see here, again, the volumes at $25 a piece or $40 together. Today we'll be covering her Revelations, Part 5, which I'll describe to you now. Prophecies of Anne Catherine Emmerich, Part 5. Here, Anne gives a glance at paradise and relates a few of the many things she sees. She states that it's a real place, and it still exists, though out of reach of man, just a foretaste of what awaits the one who waits on God. Her first revelation: the unicorns still exist and herd together. I know of a piece of the horn of one of these animals, which is for sick beasts, what blessed objects are for men. I have often seen that unicorns still exist, but far remote from the abodes of men, away up in the valleys around the mountain of the prophets. In size, they are something like a colt with slender legs. They can climb steep heights and stand on very narrow ledges, the feet drawn close together. She says in the third revelation, they cast their hoofs like shells or shoes, for I've often seen them scattered around. They have long yellowish hair, very thick and long around the neck and breast. It looks like wreaths. They live to a great age. A fourth revelation, on their forehead is a single horn, an ell in length, which curls up toward the back of the head, and which they shed at certain periods. It is sought after and preserved as something very precious. Number 5, the unicorns are very timid, so shy one cannot approach them, as they live in peace among themselves and with other animals. The males and females dwell apart, and come together only at certain times, for they are chaste and produce not many young. The sixth revelation states, it is very difficult to see or catch them, as they live far behind other animals over which they exercise a wonderful empire. Even the most venomous, the most horrible, seem to regard them with a species of respect. Serpents and other frightful things coil themselves up and lie humbly on their backs when the unicorn approaches and breathes on them. Number 7, they have a kind of allegiance with the most savage beast. They mutually protect one another. When danger threatens a unicorn, the others spread terror on all sides, whilst the unicorn hides. She goes on to say, when the unicorn hides behind him, but it in turn protects them from their enemies, for all withdraw in a fight from the secret and marvelous power of the unicorn's breath. Number 8, it must be the purest of all the lower animals, since all have so great reverence for it. Whenever it feeds, whenever it drinks, all venomous things withdraw. Her ninth revelation, it seems to me that it is looked upon as something holy, since it is said that the unicorn rests its head only on the bosom of a pure virgin. It signifies a flesh issued pure and holy only from the bosom of the Blessed Virgin Mary. That degenerate flesh was regenerated in her, or that in her, for the first time, flesh became pure. In her the ungovernable was vanquished. In her what was savage was subdued. In her unrestrained humanity became pure and tractable, and her bosom was the poison drawn from the earth. In her bosom was a poison drawn from earth. And finally, her last revelation says, at number 10, I saw these animals also in paradise, but much more beautiful. Once I saw them harnessed to the chariot of Elias, when he appeared to man of the Old Testament. I have seen them on wild, raging torrents and running swiftly in deep, narrow, rugged valleys. I have also seen them in far distant places, where lie heaps of their bones on shores and in underground caves. This fifth section of the Revelations is taken from Life and Revelations of Anne Catherine Emmerich, Volume 2, pages 577 to 578. Again, authored by Carl E. Schmoger and published by Tan Books. The original copyright was in 1885. Again, the book can be obtained from Tan Books, Amazon.com, or Books A Million, or Barnes and Noble. This ends Revelations Section 5. Thank you.